This video shows the replacement process for the output chip on the EasyPix controller. The output chip can be damaged when properly hooking up the outputs. Either the voltage of 12 volts goes to the data or the data goes to the ground. First, determine exactly why the pixels were causing damage to the EasyPix before replacing, because not fixing the source of the problem will result in the same issue. Now we have turned off the controller to the power, and I'm just going to take a flat blade screwdriver and I'm just going to pry under this edge to pull up the flat bottom, and I'm just pulling up some of these latches here along the edge. And once I have enough out, and I have actually unscrewed both screws, sorry about that, on both sides, the base will come off. Now next we have the controller, and the controller is free of the housing. The chip that we want is underneath here, so we need to take off the top. I'm going to switch to a Phillips screwdriver. I'm just going to take out these 4 screws along the outside perimeter edge that hold the LCD into place. There is no need to disconnect the keypad. That can be left attached. Again, you need to make sure that the power is removed when replacing it. Now, I'm just going to slide off the LCD. It just has pins and it's in a slot. And here's our output chip right here. What you want to do is make sure that you note the direction of the output chip. It has a notch, and the notch is facing towards the data side. Alright, now, next thing we want to do, go ahead, take our screwdriver and very carefully just pry up and remove the output chip. Alright, next thing we need to do is get our new chip, and sometimes the legs on the new chip are a little wider than this slot. So I'm just going to take it, I'm just going to push down to kind of bring in some of those legs. Alright, now again, noting the notch. Notch is also indicated on the spot here. I'm just going to slide that in. I'm putting one side of the legs in first, and then I'm going to push it in all the way. And then the next thing we'll do, go ahead, reattach the LCD here, and of course put the screws back in. Now, you may be tempted to power up the unit. Be aware that there are bare circuit connections below the controller, and this can damage if it is powered up onto a conductive surface. So I'm just going to screw these down. And here. And finally the last screw. Now, you may also note in here that there is a fuse. This unit is fused, and there is a 15 amp fuse. You can remove it. It's just a standard blade fuse like this, and that's a regular automotive fuse you can find at the hardware store. Alright, now we've got our chip replaced. We're simply just going to slide this back in to the base, and again we're just going to put the cover back on this time, flipping that back in. And now we're going to go ahead and power up the unit and go ahead and put it into test mode, see what happens. If this does not resolve your problem, your issue may be with the power, the settings, or the pixels you're connecting.